Welcome to my channel. My name is Cynthia and you're watching Mountain Accent Sewing. Today I'm sharing my June sewing makes and I feel like I've had another productive month. I made several things in May and felt very accomplished, and I didn't think that I would be able to beat that, but I completed 4 items in the month of May and got several things cut out. So let me tell you a little bit about what I've made and what I'm working on, and at the end I'm going to share some photos from a beautiful hike that I had on the Ridge Parkway. So I hope you'll stay tuned and enjoy that at the end. First up, for my sewing makes, I pulled out a whip, and I don't have any whips left. That was the only one that I had, and it was like staring me in the face, and I kept procrastinating on finishing it. And that is New Look 6434. And it's not that it was a difficult top. I've made this blouse before, but I made a different version. And I am going to insert the line drawing so you'll see what I'm talking about. So the first version I made with the sleeves and a split hem. And then this version, I had a remnant piece of viscose fabric that I received in a Think Pink subscription box, and it had these beautiful sailboats on it, and I really wanted to use it, but I was having trouble finding a pattern that would fit on the scrap pieces. And I was able to lay out the sleeveless version of this New Look 6434, and I did the sleeveless version. And then in the back it has like a split, and it's supposed to have like a loop and a button, and I put ties. And I also decided to use the split hem on this version, so it's not really a hack, it's just more of putting parts of different versions together to make one top. And I'm very happy with the way it turned out. And yeah, I think I'll make it this way again. And I want to thank the viewers that gave me little hints on how I can fix the little bit of gaping that I have here at this sleeve side. It's not very big, but I do appreciate those helpful tips, so that if I make it again, I can maybe correct that. And my next make is an absolutely gorgeous top. I'm just so in love with this fabric. It's the Indian block print. I purchased it from the Dahlia Sewciety. Kristen has excellent taste in fabrics, and I have never sewn with the Indian block print before, and it's so easy to sew, and it feels great against your skin, and it just goes perfect with my shorts, and it looked great with jeans. And it is the teal aviary print, so it does have these beautiful birds, and it also had these blue berries on it, so I entered it into the hashtag So Fruity 25 challenge that was hosted by Blossom Sandwich over on Instagram. I didn't win any prizes, but I had fun participating. And what did I make? I made the Atelier Jupe Este Blouse. If you've been watching my channel for a while, you'll know I'm a fan of Atelier Jupe patterns. Their block seems to fit me very well, and this one was no different. I did make a little bit of a larger size compared to when I first started sewing their patterns, because I have gained a little bit in inches. But I made a UK size 16 based on my measurements and the finished garment measurements. And I forgot to tell you, with the New Look pattern, I made a size large. And so with the Atelier Jupe Este Blouse, there is a long sleeve version that has a traditional collar, and then a button placket and the cuff. And then there is a short sleeve version that is more like a camp style shirt that has the lapel collar and They do call for a front pocket. Now I'll leave that off because I'm not a fan of pockets on the front of my tops. It does have a facing to complete the inside of the button placket, so that when you turn out that lapel collar, you're getting the perfectly fabric on both sides, so that you can see the gorgeous print and not see the wrong side of the fabric. I really like that. And it is short sleeved, and it does have a cute little pleat in the back. I've already worn this blouse several times, and I absolutely love it. I highly recommend the fabric, and I highly recommend the pattern. The next item that I made is this dress that's hanging behind me, and it is the Fabric Godmother Sleeveless Floor Dress in the Funfetti viscose that I received in a Beyond the Pink Door Think Pink subscription box. And it is a beautiful, beautiful dress. It has one version has the big puff sleeve, but they all have the tie detail in the front, and then a gathered skirt, and it's very easy to construct. This viscose fabric is just the perfect weight of viscose, and I found it a dream to sew with. Fabric Godmother has excellent instructions, and I found it very easy to construct this dress, and just followed it step by step, and I love the way it fits. It's the first time I've ever made a Fabric Godmother pattern, but I made a UK size 16 with a D cup bodice piece. That's the great thing about this pattern. It does come with a B cup bodice piece or a D cup, and I went with a 16 with a D cup, and I feel like it is just the perfect fit, and this color fabric couldn't be more perfect for me. I was really impressed when I wore it, just how beautiful I felt, and I felt like I really glowed or shined. That it just really suits me a lot, and so I'm thrilled with this make also. And then next up, I made another True Bias Jessie tee. Now this is the second time that I have sewn this pattern, and I used a piece of cotton spandex jersey that I had in my stash. I purchased it a while back from Andrea at Beyond the Pink Door, and I was hanging on to it because I wanted to make the perfect t-shirt. And there's a lot of t-shirt patterns out there, and I wasn't sure which one I wanted to make. And then once I made my black version of the True Bias Jessie tee, and I did on that one I did it between the crop length and the full length. I just really like the oversized boxy look of it, and it just it just feels like the perfect lounging t-shirt for just everyday wear, and it feels great when it's hot weather. You don't want your clothes fitting too tight against your skin, and we've been having some unusually warm weather this summer. And so, I thought I need another True Bias Jessie tee. And I made a size US 14 in this t-shirt, and I made the full length version, and I made it to go with my True Bias Lander shorts. I'm very happy that I now have 2 more tops to go with my green True Bias Lander shorts. I'm wearing them currently with this lemon top, and now my Atelier Jupe Este Blouse and my True Bias Jessie tee also look great with these shorts. And it's wonderful when you can make a cohesive wardrobe, because it just makes dressing so much more fun, and it is less time consuming. That is my 4 makes for June 2025, and I have to say it's been a very productive month, and I've made items that I truly love and will wear a lot. Let's talk a little bit about what I'm working on. July has started well. I've completed 2 items already. One of them is a mock-up or toile. I don't usually do those, but I did do a toile of a pattern, and it is so that I could make my garment for my reveal for the next Think Pink subscription video. I have completed that make, which I'm amazed. The last 2 times I was literally finishing the garments the day before I filmed the video, the day before I got the box. And this time I have it done well in advance. I don't even think Andrea shipped them yet. So I'm thrilled about that. I also have cut out another Friday Pattern Company Donnie shirt. And it is out of one of the 2 fabrics that I shared in my fabric haul. If you haven't seen that video, you can go check it out and maybe figure out which one of the fabrics I have cut this Friday Pattern Company Donnie shirt out of. That's the next thing on my sewing table. I also have a pair of Friday Pattern Company flaneur pants cut out, and I also have another pair of True By Slander shorts cut out. So I have things that I can work on, and hopefully I won't get distracted by anything new and shiny, because that's what we tend to do, right? We get distracted by the new patterns, the new fabrics, and when I need to sew what I've got. That is all that I have for you today. Let me know in the comments below which one of my June makes is your favorite. Let me know what you're working on too. I always love to hear what you're working on. And I am going to end this video sharing a little bit of the footage from my hike on the Blue Ridge Parkway. Now, it's not your traditional hike. I actually walked on the highway, but it was on a section of the Blue Ridge Parkway that's still closed from Hurricane Helene, and you can't drive your vehicles on it. So I walked to the Devil's Courthouse overlook, and it was just a beautiful sunny day, and I just took a few pictures of some of the wildflowers and sharing the view. So I hope you enjoy. I'll see you next time.